In the city of Lagos, Nigeria, amidst the vibrant colors and cacophony of daily life, lived a girl named Dora. At 17 years old, Dora was the pride of her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Timothy. Their modest home was filled with warmth and joy, largely due to Dora's bright presence. Dora had always been a beacon of excellence and grace. Her academic achievements were nothing short of remarkable. She excelled in her studies and won accolades in various competitions. Her teachers often praised her dedication and intelligence, and her parents beamed with pride at every achievement. At home, Dora was just as exceptional. She balanced her academic responsibilities with household chores effortlessly, ensuring everything from cooking to cleaning was handled with care and precision. Her parents were continually amazed by her ability to manage her time and responsibilities so well. Dora's respect and obedience were evident in the way she interacted with her parents, always listening attentively and valuing their advice. Dora had recently completed her secondary school education with outstanding results, and she eagerly awaited news of her admission to the university. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Timothy, were equally hopeful, sharing in her excitement and anticipation. They had watched Dora grow into a diligent and dedicated young woman, and they knew that university life would be the next step in her journey toward success. For weeks, Dora's life had revolved around one central thought: her anticipated university admission. Each day was marked by a cycle of hope and patience as she waited for the acceptance letter that would usher in the next chapter. However, Dora's world shifted the day a new neighbor moved in. Ray, a 25-year-old man, relocated to the house next door. Ray was a striking figure, the embodiment of classic attractiveness. At 25 years old, he possessed a charisma that turned heads and captured attention effortlessly. His face was chiseled with a strong jawline and high cheekbones, features that seemed sculpted by an artist's hand. His deep, expressive eyes had a way of drawing people in, reflecting a blend of warmth and curiosity. One bright morning, Dora was sent by her father, Mr. Timothy, to the corner shop to pick up a few items. As she walked down the familiar streets of her neighborhood, her mind was occupied with thoughts of her upcoming university. As she rounded the corner near her house, her attention was drawn to Ray, a beautiful human on his phone sitting at the front entrance of his apartment. Ray's presence was effortlessly magnetic. His chiseled face and warm smile seemed to radiate a glow that made the surrounding environment appear almost secondary. As Dora's gaze fell upon him, her heart skipped a beat. The sight of Ray, in his element, was so compelling that it felt as if time had momentarily stood still. She felt a flutter in her chest, a sensation akin to 1,000 butterflies taking flight. Ray's effortless charm and undeniable handsomeness struck Dora with an intensity she hadn't anticipated. His gaze met hers for a brief moment, and though their eyes only locked for a few seconds, it was enough to make Dora's cheeks flush with a rosy hue. She had never seen Ray before. She wondered if he was staying in the neighborhood or had just come to visit. For her young age, Dora felt a strange feeling that in all her 17 years she had never felt before. Without control over her thoughts of the new neighbor, she entered the house, delivered the errand to her father, and went straight to her room. Lying on her bed, Dora could not get rid of the image of Ray she had seen. She wondered what was going on with her. Her heart raced as she replayed the scene in her mind. "What is happening to me?" she whispered to herself, feeling a mix of confusion and excitement. This unfamiliar sensation made her restless, and she found it hard to concentrate on anything else. Hours had passed, but Dora still felt the need to see Ray again. Desperation gnawed at her, and she decided to take action. She got up from her bed and went to find her mother in the kitchen. "Mom, do you need me to buy anything from the corner shop?" she asked, trying to sound casual. She hoped her mother would send her on another errand, giving her an excuse to see if she could spot Ray again. Her mother looked up from the vegetables she was chopping and smiled. "No, dear, we have everything we need for now. Thank you for asking, though." Feeling sad in her heart, Dora decided to try her luck with her father. She found him in the living room, watching TV, and approached him hesitantly. "Dad, do you need me to buy anything for you from the shop?" she asked, her voice tinged with hope. Her father glanced up from the TV and gave her a warm smile. "No, sweetheart, I don't need anything right now. Why do you ask? Do we need something in the house?" Dora bit her lip, trying to hide her disappointment. "No, nothing specific. I just thought I could help out if you needed something." Dora's upbringing had been one of strict home training, with her family valuing privacy and reserve. Without a reasonable reason, she couldn't just leave the house. Now that she had finished school, her movements were even more closely monitored by her parents. Feeling a mix of frustration and longing, Dora sat by her window, watching the neighborhood with a heavy heart. The image of Ray was still vivid in her mind, but she knew she couldn't leave the house without her parents' permission. The next day, as evening approached, luck finally shone on Dora. Her mother called her into the kitchen. "Dora, could you please go to the corner shop and buy some salt? We are running low," her mother said with a smile. It was as if a weight had been lifted off Dora's shoulders. She felt an overwhelming rush of happiness and excitement. "Of course, Mom. I'll go right away," she replied, trying to contain her enthusiasm. Dora practically ran out of the house, her heart pounding with anticipation. She couldn't remember the last time she had felt so eager to run an errand. As she made her way to the corner shop, her eyes scanned the street, hoping to catch sight of Ray. As Dora scanned the road leading to the shop and the front of Ray's house, her heart sank. There was no sign of him. The excitement that had propelled her out of the house began to fade, replaced by a sense of bitterness and heartbreak. She had hoped so much to see him again, and the disappointment was almost too much to bear. Dora had gone to the corner shop and back, but on her way back, looking sad, she hesitated in her steps. She walked slowly, hoping to delay time and perhaps catch a glimpse of Ray. There was no luck until Dora was almost home. Feeling disheartened, she finally resigned herself to the fact that she might not see Ray that evening. Just as she reached her gate, a sudden thought made her look back one last time. To her astonishment, she saw him coming from afar. Immediately, Dora felt a shiver and a wave of panic wash over her. She took a quick breath, her mind racing. With a sudden resolve, she turned back toward the store, hoping to walk past Ray as if by coincidence. As she walked, her heart pounded in her chest, and she did her best to appear casual. Each step brought her closer to him, and she could see his features more clearly now. Ray seemed engrossed in his own thoughts, unaware of her approach. As they were just steps away from each other, Ray looked up and saw Dora approaching. His eyes met hers, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. "Hi," Ray said as Dora was about to walk past him. Caught off guard and unsure how to respond, Dora paused. She never expected any pleasantries from Ray, especially considering he seemed older than she was. Her heart raced as she tried to find the right words. Hi, Dora replied. She felt a mix of disbelief and excitement. As her heart continued to pound, Dora wanted to hurry her steps. She was entirely new to talking to a man, and the intensity of the moment made her feel like she needed to escape. Just as she was about to move past him, Ray spoke again. "Do you stay around here?" he asked, genuine curiosity in his voice. Dora paused, feeling her heart race even faster. "Yes," she managed to say, pointing in the direction of her house. "I live just down the street." Ray raised his eyebrows in surprise. "Oh really? I haven't seen you around before. By the way, my name is Ray." "I am Dora," she replied. "Would it be okay if I got your phone number?" Ray asked, hopeful. Dora's smile faded slightly, and she felt a pound of embarrassment. "I don't have a phone," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. Ray didn't miss a beat. "That's okay. That house over there is mine," he said, pointing to his place. "You can come say hello to me anytime." Dora's smile returned, a mix of relief and excitement in her eyes. "Okay," she said softly. "Great," Ray replied. "Take care, Dora." "Okay bye," Dora replied. As they parted ways, Dora felt a mix of excitement that she had never experienced before. Her heart raced with a blend of exhilaration and nervousness. As she walked away, she hesitated, constantly glancing back to see if Ray had gone into his house. Dora grew increasingly aware that she had spent a lot of time on her errand. Her parents would be worried if she didn't return soon. Finally, Ray turned and walked into his house. Seizing the opportunity, Dora quickly turned back and hurried home, her steps quick and light. That night, Dora found it difficult to fall asleep. She turned and tossed in her bed, her mind replaying the moments with Ray over and over. Every smile, every word, every glance, they all swirled in her head, filling her with a sense of excitement and longing she had never felt before. She hugged her pillow, staring at the ceiling, wishing for more. The next day, as her parents left for work, Dora's heart pounded with anticipation. She hurried through her house chores, her mind constantly drifting to Ray and the invitation he had given her the previous day. She swept, dusted, and tidied up the house with a speed she had never managed before. Every task she completed brought her one step closer to the moment she had been eagerly waiting for. Her excitement was palpable. As soon as Dora finished her chores, she hurried to Ray's house, her heart pounding with anticipation. When she reached his door, she took a deep breath and knocked lightly. Moments later, the door opened, and there stood Ray, his mild smile growing as he saw her. "Wow, you came?" he asked, his voice filled with pleasant surprise. "Yes," Dora replied, a little breathless from both her hurried walk and excitement. "You said I could come by any time."